All right. Hello, everyone. I am Steve Spilsky, CEO of EB-5 Healthcare. Our project is Doc's Surgical Hospital. That is a spine and orthopedic specialty hospital located in Los Angeles, California, in a high unemployment area. The total project cost is $145 million, and the EB-5 raise is only $20 million, so that is 20 investors. Before I get into most of the presentation, what I'd like to do is point you to the most pertinent and important points of the Doc's Surgical Hospital. So first and foremost, this project is already under construction. We are more than halfway complete with the project, and it is scheduled to open in the summer of 2026. To me, one of the most important things is that this hospital is owned by the surgeons and the doctors, and they have invested over $39 million of their own cash equity into the project already. The project creates 60 jobs per EB-5 investor, and all of the required jobs that we need, the 250 for the 25 investors, have already been created to date. The loan to cost is 67%. The loan to value is 55%. The repayment term is 4 years, and we'll get into some more details about not just how that's going to happen, but why that's going to happen, and 4 years is a very likely scenario. And a very unique proposition that we're offering EB-5 investors. This project is fully financed, so all of the money is already in the project. Because of that, we are able to offer EB-5 investors a payment plan. So with as little as $50,000 down, you are eligible to submit your I-526E application, and then over the course of the next 6 months, we will take a payment plan as your application is processing, so it allows you to get your spot in the queue as quickly as possible. And now we're going to see a brief video about the project. What do I do to play it? Do I just push the green button again, or?
This is our first building, and it is where our outpatient office and surgery center and physical therapy are. We control the entire patient experience. So the patient comes to us, they see us in our office, they have surgery in our surgery center, which is here, or if they need an overnight stay, they go to our hospital where they can get their much bigger surgery done there. The final missing piece was the hospital. We had a great opportunity in 2019 to buy a pre-existing physician-owned hospital. This is a unique opportunity. And the reason is because that in the US, there's a moratorium on physician-owned hospitals. So we saw this pre-existing hospital and we had to jump at it. The idea is that this hospital is going to be similar to a boutique hotel. So when patients walk in, they won't know that they're checking into a hospital. As you can see, it's an active construction site. At its peak, we're going to have about 100 construction workers here on any given time. I'm happy to announce that construction is on time and on budget, and is projected to finish in July of 2026.
So that was just Dr. Kaber Siddiq. He's a neurosurgeon and spine surgeon. He's the CEO of Doc's Health. So not only is he the primary business owner, he still currently practices and operates. What's really interesting about Doc's Health is they have an existing surgery center, but the existing surgery center that they have could only accommodate outpatient surgical procedures. So that what that means is if you need a surgery but you're able to go home the same day, you can go to their existing facility. However, 60% of their surgery cases require inpatient services. So what that means is more of a traditional hospital where you have your surgery and then you have to spend the night or 2 or 3 nights in the hospital. The doctors now have to go across the street to a larger hospital to do these inpatient procedures, and that makes up 60% of their business. So they already know how much more business that they can capture through revenue generated by using their own hospital and patients staying in their own facility. They know that right away. What's even better is that when you have a specialty hospital, it's more like a boutique hotel. So it's a much nicer patient experience. You don't have other sick people with you or around you. You just have people that are getting spine and orthopedic procedures. Here's a list of those procedures. So interestingly enough, I had hip surgery at this facility, the existing one, just 4 months ago. And I'm already up and around and running around and playing. What these doctors do is pretty incredible. But spine, neck, pinched nerves, hips, knees, back, ankles, shoulders. I mean, these are things that as we all live longer and we stay active, these are necessary procedures that the demand just keeps going up and up. As you can see, the construction is ongoing. There's a live webcam on our website. We've got, as you saw the video as well. Now, in terms of location, Los Angeles, I don't know why, but this project is in a high unemployment area, but it's in the heart of the city. LA has almost 13 million people. I believe it's the largest Vietnamese population outside of Vietnam. There's approximately 400,000 Vietnamese people living in the Los Angeles area. But this project is located very close to Beverly Hills and West Los Angeles, so these are very nice, high-end, affluent areas in the Los Angeles area. I'll skip some of these in terms of timing. We already talked about that. So in terms of the capital stack, so very important, where does the money come from? So the total project cost is about $145 million. In first position, we already have a senior loan in place. In second position is the EB-5 loan, which is a true mezzanine loan with mezzanine-like collateral. After that, we have an $8.5 million equipment loan. And then we have close to $39 million of the cash equity that's already been invested into the project. What I love about this business, and I know the numbers are a little small, is that the profit margin is 40%. So in 2028, by the time that the hospital has been open for 3 years, it'll generate over $85 million in gross revenue, mostly from surgical procedures. The net income on that is going to be approximately $34 million. To me, this is one of the most important slides in the whole presentation. We already talked about how people are going to get their green card through job creation. All the jobs have already been created, so that part is virtually guaranteed. Now we need to address how are people going to get paid back, but also the rationale. So I want to talk about the rationale and the math, because these are very important questions that EB-5 investors should be asking and should understand. So why will the developer and owner pay us back within 4 years? Well, simply, the interest rates on the senior loan and EB-5 loan are not cheap. They're about 9%. Construction loans are more expensive than after an asset has achieved stabilization and you can refinance the property at a much lower interest rate. So what will happen is, this is a third-party independent appraisal done for the bank that valued the project at $176 million in 2028. What the property owners are going to do is they're going to take that $176 million appraisal and refinance about 70% of the total project value, and they're going to bring in about $123 million in proceeds. And we need to do two things with those proceeds. First and foremost, we have to pay back the senior loan. Then, most importantly to us, is we have to pay back the EB-5 loan. And what I like to see is that there's still extra money, there's still cushion, just in case the appraisal is lower, just in case the loan-to-value refinancing percentage is lower. We're not just at the very edge of where money's going to come from. I want to see a lot of extra money. Here we have 2 times extra money to pay back our EB-5 investors. These are some of the terms: 4 years, payment plan, standard EB-5 terms. Now, a little bit more about Docs Health. They've been around now for over 20 years. The first property has already doubled in value, so their existing surgery center. So the track record for the physician owners is very strong. And then this is just the next sort of phase in the business model of Docs Health. In terms of the physicians, you see Dr. Sadiq up there. He's the CEO. Interestingly enough, most of these people are immigrants. So most of the surgeons in the practice are immigrants. They went to some of the best universities in the U.S., USC, Stanford, University of Pennsylvania, Johns Hopkins. These are places where we want all our kids to attend college one day. These are the orthopedic surgeons, Harvard, University of Chicago. Again, the list goes on in terms of the quality of the individuals behind us. And this is the EB-5 team. I've been in the EB-5 business now for over 15 years, mostly financing hotel development. I teach a hotel development class at the University of Southern California. But I really like the fundamentals of this hospital because it is as secure of a project that I have ever seen. I know a lot of you know Kevin Wright. He's been in the industry now for 20 years. He's been a partner of mine for many years. Rohit works at Saul Ewing. He's done hundreds of EB-5 offerings and project documents. We've got Neural and Fong, which some of you may know from KLDP. They are the project immigration lawyers. They've done thousands of EB-5 petitions, including hundreds for me. This is a little bit about the project that I worked on in the past. And that's about it. We've got a booth. Guys, please come by and say hi. If you have any questions, we only have 25 slots, so it's not a very large raise, but we just started our race, so they're, as of now, all available. So now is a good time to kind of come into a project that's created all the jobs that's needed, and is financially very strong and very unique and located in Los Angeles. So thank you very much.